Shalom, shalom. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, while Yahweh shine. Um, enough respect unto the elect that's rising up, and to the dead that's going to rise according to the Most High Yahweh. Shalom. This lesson about the horses, in Zechariah 6 and Revelation 6, which is the omen because they both based on 6. So this Zechariah, which is Zechariah, a so-called Cuban, he would be a so-called Cuban, a prophet who prophesied things in similitudes according to Hosea 12 and 10. This is Zechariah 6. And I turn and lift up my eyes. When he turned, and I turn, he turned and lift up my eyes, lift up his understanding. The Lord said, eyes have they, but they see not. Ears have they, but they hear not, at least they believe in their heart and be converted. Isaiah 6 and 10. So he said, I look and I lift up my eyes, my understanding, and look and behold, and notice there came 4 chariots. 4 chariots, talking about the 4 winds, and the chariots, meaning that this kingdom came out from the 4 winds, the 4 quarters, north, south, east, and west. He came from the 4 corners of it. This came from the four winds of heaven, out from between 2 mountains. Like 2 mountains is the main rulership of the mountain represents rulership. Where's that? That's in Micah 4 and 2. But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of Yahweh shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow into it. So the mountain is the Lord, your land, your government. So the Lord said what? In Zechariah 6, there came 4 chariots out from between 2 mountains. The mountains is 2 governments, and the mountains were mountains of brass, right? Why are them mountains of brass? Because it started with Greece, and the Grecians is the Edomites, and that's who's going to be destroyed, because the arms of the statue in Daniel statue is a head of gold, arms of silver, and stomach of brass. The brass is the Greeks, which is Daniel the 2nd chapter, the Greeks. So these the Edomites, because the end of their root, they came, the beginning of them was the end of them, which is 2 mountains. And 2 mountains is 2 rulership. It's talking about America and Greece, Macedonia, ancient Macedonian Greek Empire. And the mountains were mountains of brass. And it's from America, because the same people that ruled in Greece ruled in America, Babylon the Great, which is America. And the first chariot were red horses. The red horses is talking about the so-called white race. It's a red strength. It's the strength that the Lord put to us. Genesis 25 and 25. The first came out red and hairy all over as a hairy garment. So there's red horses, and there's red horses, the strengths of Edom. The red strengths, the so-called white race, which is really Edom, Idumea. They red because they don't have a pigmentation from being an inferior race on the face of the earth. And in the second chariot, black horses. Black is talking about the destruction after the nuclear missiles, because that's in Isaiah. That's in Revelations. It's Revelation 6 and 12. And I beheld, when he had opened the 6th seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake. The great earthquake is from the earth. The Lord said the earth shall rock to and fro. In Isaiah 24, a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. So the it became pitch black because of the darkness. It's called a nuclear storm, which is the destroying wind that Jeremiah 51 says. That's after the destruction is going to be blacked out from the nuclear mystery, the force of the smoke of the nuclear mystery. And in the third chariot, white horses. White horses. The white horses is the strengths. The elect and Christ. Yahushua, starting with Yahushua and the elect. The strengths that put forth to purity, which pure white represents purity. That's in Isaiah. Isaiah 2. Isaiah 2. And I would the Lord said, what? White will wash thee, though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be white as snow. That's Shalaki. Yeah. Yeah. So the Lord said, though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be white as snow. So they shall be white as snow. And the white represents purity, and the horses is the strength, the 144,000 in Christ. And the reason why the mountains were brass, because Greeks or the Edomites, the same people that ruled Greece, they ruled America, and that's two empires of brass, because they the same people that ruled the same government, which started with the Greeks and called them brass because they the same Greek people. It's the mountains, and the first was red horses, red Edomite strengths, and the second black after the destruction of America. And the third chariot, white horses, the strengths, the pure strengths, because after the destruction, the rulership of the nation of Israel going to rule, according to Daniel 7, that the Ancient of Days did see whose garment was white as snow. He was pure. That's what represents pure. And in that days, and these towns, these kingdoms, shall the Most High raise unto him a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. That's the kingdom of heaven of the so-called African American Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, are the descendants of those that repent, of the Israelites. They the tribes of the children of the 12 sons of Jacob, God's chosen people, which he created on the face of the earth. And so the white horses are the strengths that's going to be ruling, starting with Christ, because he is the same. This the same horse. The red horse is Edom. This is Revelation. The red horse is Edom. And there, in this Revelation 13:3. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, "Come and see." Right, come and see. The beast, which was a chariot. It's talking about the chariot. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. And that's the so-called white man. Because there's no peace unto the wicked. And what is wicked? Transgression of God's commandments. Sin is the transgression of God's commandments. And the so-called white race do not keep God's commandments. What have the wicked to do to declare my statutes, seeing you hate God's instruction? And his instructions of the Torah, which is the laws of the Most High, the Levitical priesthood of Moses, the 10 commandments, and the 613 commandments. So there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given to him a great sword. Right, that great sword is Esau's blessing. That's how you know it's talking about the so-called white race. The Lord said, "By thy sword shalt thou live, and serve thy brother Jacob." So the red horse is talking about the so-called white race, rulership strengths, the people of Edom, who who took people that who fought in World War I, World War II, and major deaths. That's what the Lord said, that they should fight, and that they should kill one another. Right? They gonna kill each other. The so-called white race was killing each other. The different white people that was fighting in Europe, in Germany, they the same people as the so-called white man. Ain't no difference from an American white man and then a German white man, or a French white man, so-called white man. They are the Edomite. I saw where they came from, the Caucasus Mountains. That's why they call themselves Caucasians, because they came from the Caucasus Mountains of Georgia, Russia. And the second beast, and the third chariot white horses, and the fourth chariot gristless is clearer, and they horse, because they horse follow with gristless, because that's the Edomites, the bloody ways of the Edomites is talking about. They the pale horse, and the gristless is pale. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him, and power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. Right? And that's these forces that the Lord put to these people. That's the spirit of horses, their strength, their spirit. Because the Lord said, what? Every spirit is created for vengeance, which in that fury lay on sore strokes. That's Ecclesiastes. And appease the wrath of him, Ecclesiastes 39:28, and appease the wrath of him that made them, these strengths that the Lord put spirit to make them be. And that's the Edomites. That's all what followed Esau, a pale horse, a strength of him that come forth, and his name sat on it was Death. Like sat on it is Edomite, the pale horse that sat on it, that's set to it, that's put to that order, which was Edomites. And hell followed with him, and power was given unto them over the four quarters of the earth, to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with beasts of the earth. And that's going to happen after the destruction of America. The Lord said, and wicked, and beasts, and animals fulfilling his will. 39:28. Fire and hail, and famine, and death, all these was created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts, and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. Right? So that's what followed death. The Lord said the sting of sin is lust, and lust is sin, and sin is death. That's the so-called white race. And the bay is red. It says, reiterating itself, red come, and blood come forth from the grisly bay horse. Then I answered and said, who unto the angel that talked with me, what are these, my Lord? And the angel answered and said unto me, these are the four spirits of heaven. Right? See, the four spirits of heaven, which is go forth to the north, south, east, and west. I said that, which go forth from standing before the Lord of all the earth. Right? These are forces that the Lord put to these people and animals. And the bay, the black horse which are therein go forth into the north country. Right? The black horse is after destruction, because it say, and when he had opened this Revelation 6:5, and when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see, right? Come and understand. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balance in his hand, right? Because that's the destruction. The Lord going to balance out wickedness to put righteousness in the order. The Lord said, the truth which hath been sown without fruit shall flourish. So the Lord said he preserved the earth, abided forever. So the Lord in eternity told the whole earth black, which is destruction. And I heard a voice, so I'm going to say that again, behold, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balance, in his hands, for he won't destroy the whole entire earth. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, and I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, that's the Most High God, a measure of right of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. See thou not hurt the oil and the wine. Don't take it out. Don't destroy it. The Lord said, you shall put forth your branches for my people of Israel are yet hand to come back to their homeland, Jerusalem, to the Middle East. The Lord said, rejoicing to the they gathered together from the west unto the east, Baruch 5, unto the east, rejoicing in the remembrance of their God. So that's what the Lord's saying. Right? These are 4 spirits, right? These are the 4 spirits that like 4 forces that of the heavens, which go forth from standing before the Lord of all earth, which is Yahweh. The black horses which are therein go forth into the north country. And that's their destruction. After the destruction of America is going to be totally blacked out. The Lord said, no candle or light shall shine in you at all. In Revelation 18, no light shall shine in America, Babylon the Great, after this destruction. So the Lord said, what? The great and the white go forth after them. Right? And that's the rulership of the nation of Israel. We after the rulership of gross darkness. Because we turn on white, which is the marvel of light. The Lord said, put off anything, blackness. The gross darkness shall cover the face of the world. The gross blackness, and we put on white. The Lord said they are purified, 144,000. For they are not, so they not contaminated with doctrines. For they not contaminated with doctrines. The north country and the white forth after them, and the grizzlies go forth toward the south country. Right, that's where the Greece came first from. The north, Europe, Caucasus Mountains, and to the south, which is towards Iran and the Middle East, from Jerusalem, from Pakistan from Persia to Jerusalem and to Egypt. They went forth. The grizzlies, which was pale, go forth to the south country, because that was Alexander the Greek. His plan was to go forth and conquer the whole Middle Eastern hemisphere until you get to Greece in north. So he went forth, and the bay went forth. Right, the bay is the red. So the Edomites took over that region. That's the red that go with the Bristol's Bay, because they blood unclean. The red Edomites is the pale Edomites. That's the strength that comes forth from these colors of these forces, and sought to go that they might walk to and fro. Right, that's the Edomites. They walk to and fro. The Lord said, you shall be a vagabond and a fugitive in the earth, to Cain and Abel, because he murdered his brother, and that's why he became red, a bloody man. Walk to and fro the earth. That's what happened with the Edomites when they lost understanding of their nationality. They roamed through the earth trying to get people to be with them. The Lord said they cried after men as a travailing woman. They cried like a woman to be a part of them, to turn their ways. They were driven forth. This Job 30 and 4, 30 and 5. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them after a thief, to dwell in the clefts of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks. That's the Caucasian man who dwelled in the valleys, the cut out rocks. And the rocks, he said he dwelled in the clefts of the rocks, and the valleys of the caves of the earth. Of the caveman, and in the rocks. They cut out rocks, the so-called white race. So, and the bay went forth and sought to go that they might walk to and fro through the earth. And he said, get ye hence, walk to and fro through the earth. So they walked to and fro through the earth. And that was the Edomites, the vagabond, going throughout the world, colonizing the world in different circulations of the earth. Then cried he upon me, and spake unto me, saying, behold, these that go toward the north country have quieted my spirit. In the north country, right, because the north country is going to be totally destroyed. The Lord said he would have healed Babylon, but she has not healed her. Forsake her, everyone, and go into their own land. So that's what the chariots is about. And the white horse is, you could tell the white horse tonight. And this is Revelation 6:2. And I saw, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, right, had a strength, and a crown was given unto him, like a rulership. Him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer, right? Because he died, he went forth to conquer and conquer. When he overcame, Jesus said, "I overcame the world, so shall ye." And so he 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 overcame, he overcame the world because of the world of sin, the fleshly nature, by keeping God's commandments. The so-called white, I mean the so-called Jesus the Christ, Yahweh Shai, the so-called African American Negro, according to Revelation 13:14, his feet was dark as burnt brass. Grass is like the derivative of brown, and it's dark and it turned dark brown. So Jesus is the Negro, or the white woolly fro, or Afro puffy fro. So this, and the reason why the black horse this way, and I saw, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given him, and he went forth conquering to conquer, right? He went forth to die for his land, to conquer, overcome. He died and rose to conquer death, so that death was swallowed up in victory. So he died and rose for the remission of sins, for the 12 apostles and disciples and the elect of the house of David, the prophets, to return and repent through Jesus the Christ, who conquered death by his purity of the holy commandments. The white horse got a law, and he sacrificed himself for the children of Jacob. And that's the white horse, which is in Revelation 6 and Zechariah 6. And the black horse is after the destruction of America. The red horse is the Edomites, and the red, the black, and the white, and the Grizzlies Bay is the pale, the Edomites as well. The strength of the Edomites that come forth from them, which is the pale horse, and his name that sat on him was death, because that's all Esau about: murder and killing and robbing and destroying, and hell and the grave with him, and power was given unto them over the four part of the earth, right? They ruling, or rulership gave he the red dragon, the pale, the dragon, which is the Edomite race. They ruling over the headquarters, they the main rulers in the kingdoms of the earth, and to kill with sword and hunger and with death and with beasts of the earth, right? And that's what happened with beasts of the earth. They killed people. Beasts is animals, killing the so-called white man, because he ain't got the spirit of the Lord of Adam, which can make animals not kill. So they've been attacked, the so-called white race. It's like I saw him get attacked by 2 or 3 lions. They smacked him and ate him and tore his body apart, while his mother and his wife and his baby in the car, and the lion, he trying to take pictures of it, and the lion tore him up. They tore his arms from his limbs and tore his body to pieces. The lions trying to take pictures of them outside the car, and that's what happened. And that so the Grizzlies Bay horses, the pale horse in Revelation, the white horses starting with Yahweh Shai and the elect, and the disciples of the elect, and the white and the black horses after the destruction of America, and the bay horse is the red Edomites. The red Edomites that's bloody, and that's a bloody man, a wicked man who do sin. And that's Zechariah 6 and Revelation 6 1 through 8. Shalom.